All right, so welcome to your Charge Up Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be focusing on EVs, specifically what's happening over at GMC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of stuff to go over, uh, some excerpts about the Ultium platform.
Okay.
We've also got some stuff on the Sierra EV, Hummer EVs.
Nice.
And get this, we've got some information on how Wallingford GMC is becoming a major EV player right here in New England.
Wow, that's pretty cool, especially with their history. They've been around for over a century.
Right. So you ready to get charged up about EVs?
Yeah, let's dive in. Seems like you've got a good mix of sources there.
Definitely. I'm particularly interested to see how this Ultium platform is being positioned as a solution for some of the challenges facing EV adoption.
Yeah, for sure.
It seems like it's more than just a battery. It's
Right.
like this whole system they've engineered.
Yeah, you're right.
One article even called it the backbone of GM's EV strategy.
Interesting.
So what's the big deal with that kind of approach?
Well, it's all about, I think, flexibility and scalability, you know.
Okay.
So instead of designing a unique platform for each EV model, they've created this modular system that can be adapted to a wide range of vehicles.
Oh, so it's not like starting from scratch every time, right? So
Exact.
they can mix and match these different components to create different types of EVs.
Yeah, think of it like Legos.
Okay. Yeah.
You have the same basic building blocks, but you can arrange them in like countless ways
Right.
to create different structures.
Okay, I see. So that's got to be more efficient in the long run, right?
Absolutely. So it streamlines the design and the manufacturing process, which can help bring the costs down over time.
Yeah.
Plus, it allows them to respond more quickly to changes in the market.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what about the actual battery tech itself? Anything interesting there?
Definitely. So they're using these large format pouch style cells, and they can be stacked either vertically or horizontally depending on the vehicle's design.
Okay.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
Unlike some other EV makers who are using cylindrical cells, these pouch cells allow for greater energy density.
Wait, hold on. Greater energy density, so you mean they can pack more power into a smaller space?
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's like comparing a suitcase to a duffel bag.
Okay.
You can fit more into a duffel bag because it's more flexible, more adaptable,
Right.
and that translates to longer range and faster charging times.
Oh, speaking of faster charging times, did you see that stat about the Hummer EV?
The 10 minutes for 100 miles.
Yeah. Is that really achievable, or is that just like marketing hype?
Well, it's technically possible, but it depends on several factors.
Okay.
So the Hummer EV utilizes an 800-volt architecture,
Wow.
and it can charge at up to 350 kilowatts, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But in reality, you'll rarely find charging stations that can deliver that much power consistently.
Okay, right.
Plus, things like battery temperature and the age of the battery can also impact charging speed.
Okay, so it's more of a best case scenario than an everyday experience.
Yeah, pretty much.
Still pretty cool, though. Now let's get into some of these actual vehicles.
Yeah, sounds good.
So the Sierra EV, that's the electric version of their classic pickup truck.
Right.
I'm curious, what's the range like on that thing?
Yeah.
Especially when it's actually hauling stuff.
Well, GMC claims a range of up to 460 miles
Wow.
for the Sierra EV Denali edition, but, that's under ideal conditions.
Right.
Once you start adding payload and towing a trailer, that range is definitely going to decrease.
I can imagine.
Think of it this way. It's like driving a gas-powered truck uphill.
Okay.
With a full load in the bed,
Yeah.
you're going to burn through fuel a lot faster.
Right.
Same principle applies to EVs and battery usage.
But at least with the EV, you don't have to worry about those pesky oil changes, right?
Oh, it's true.
The sources mentioned that EV maintenance is supposed to be a lot less than gas vehicles.
Yeah, that's true to a certain extent. Electric motors have far fewer moving parts than internal combustion engines,
Right.
so there's less that can break down.
Oh, okay.
No oil changes, no spark plugs, no fuel filters to replace.
Oh, nice.
But you'll still need to maintain things like tires, brakes, and the battery cooling system.
Gotcha. So it's not completely maintenance-free,
Right?
but definitely less frequent
Yeah,
and less intensive than a traditional gas-powered truck.
exactly.
Now let's talk about the Hummer EV. This is where things get really interesting.
Yeah, this is a cool one.
It's like they took this iconic gas guzzler and turned it into this futuristic all-electric beast.
They did. It's pretty crazy.
What stood out to you about this so-called supertruck?
Performance stats are pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in about 3 seconds.
Wow.
That's quicker than many sports cars.
Really?
And it's not just about the straight line speed.
Huh.
The Hummer EV has some like really innovative off-road features,
Oh, yeah.
like crab walk.
Crab walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And extract mode.
Those sound like they're straight out of video game.
Yeah, they're pretty wild.
I mean, what's the real-world practicality of something like crab walk?
It's more than just a gimmick.
Row?
Crab walk allows the Hummer EV to move diagonally,
Oh, okay.
which can be incredibly helpful in tight off-road situations.
I see.
Imagine navigating a narrow trail
Okay.
with obstacles on both sides.
Yeah.
Crab walk lets you sidestep those obstacles with ease.
Oh, so it's like having a superpower for off-roading.
Exactly.
How
That's
about-
cool. And then there's extract mode,
Right.
which uses the air suspension to lift the vehicle even higher.
Oh, wow.
So it gives you more ground clearance to tackle, extreme terrain.
I see. So you're not going to be using these features every day.
Right, probably not.
But for serious off-road enthusiasts,
yeah,
these are game changers.
definitely.
It seems like GMC is really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with an electric truck.
Yeah, for sure.
But how does all this translate to the everyday driver?
That's a good question.
Is this technology just for off-road adventurers
Right.
and tech geeks?
Yeah.
Or can regular people actually benefit from this?
Yeah, I think what's exciting about the Ultium platform is that it's not just about creating like niche vehicles.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
The flexibility of this system means that they can apply it to a wide range of EVs.
Right.
From everyday commuter cars to heavy-duty work trucks.
Okay, so it's not just about these flashy features and high performance.
Exactly.
It's about creating EVs that meet the needs of a diverse range of drivers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and that brings us to Wallingford GMC.
Right.
They're really positioning themselves as a leader in the EV space here in New England.
Yeah, they are.
What makes them stand out from other dealerships?
I think one word, knowledge.
Okay.
They've recognized that buying an EV is different than buying a traditional gas-powered car.
Right.
There's a learning curve involved, and a lot of people feel intimidated by the new technology.
Yeah, that's true.
So Wallingford GMC is addressing this head-on with their EV Owner Center.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I saw that mentioned in the sources.
Yeah, they've got this online resource center
Okay.
with all sorts of information about EVs.
Okay. What kind of stuff can you find there?
Well, it's more than just like brochures and spec sheets.
Oh, really?
They have videos from actual EV owners
Wow.
sharing their experiences, their tips and tricks.
Okay.
You can find tutorials on how to charge your EV, how to plan a road trip, and how to maximize your range.
So it's like a one-stop shop for all things EV.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great.
And it's constantly being updated with new information and resources.
Wow.
They even have a section dedicated to addressing common concerns and myths about EVs.
Oh, okay. Like what?
Things like range anxiety and battery life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they're really committed to educating their customers and making the transition to EVs as smooth as possible.
Yeah, they've realized that informed buyers are happy buyers.
Wow.
And by creating this wealth of resources,
Yeah.
they're building trust and confidence in the EV ownership experience.
It's a smart strategy, especially with more and more EV options hitting the market.
For sure.
But let's step back for a second.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about the technology and the practicalities.
Yeah.
But what about the driving experience?
Yeah.
What's it like to actually get behind the wheel of an EV? It's funny. I was talking to a friend who just got an EV, and
Oh, yeah.
he was saying, it's almost like driving a spaceship.
Really?
So smooth and silent.
Huh.
Is it really that different from driving a gas-powered car?
It's definitely a unique experience.
Okay.
For one thing, there's the instant torque.
Oh, yeah.
Electric motors deliver maximum power from the moment you step on the accelerator.
Wow.
So acceleration is incredibly responsive. It's that feeling of being pushed back in your seat that you get in a high-performance sports car.
Oh, that sounds exhilarating.
Yeah.
But what about the everyday driving experience? Is
Yeah.
it just as enjoyable when you're not trying to break any speed records?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The smoothness and quietness you mentioned, those are two of the biggest differences. There's no engine noise, no vibrations, just a gentle hum as you glide along.
So it's like a much more relaxing experience.
It's incredibly relaxing.
I see, especially for commuters who are in stop-and-go traffic all the time.
Exactly.
What about things like handling and braking?
Yeah.
Do EVs feel different in those areas?
They can,
Okay.
because EV batteries are often located low in the vehicle's chassis.
Mm-hmm.
They create a low center of gravity,
Okay.
which improves handling and stability.
Interesting.
Braking can also feel different because many EVs use regenerative braking,
Oh, right. Regenerative braking.
which captures energy from braking
Yeah.
and uses it to recharge the battery.
So it's not just about being eco-friendly.
Right.
It actually enhances the performance of the vehicle in some ways.
Exactly.
That's really cool. And let's not forget those environmental benefits.
Of course.
By driving an EV, you're reducing your carbon footprint
For sure.
and helping to create a cleaner, healthier planet.
Exactly.
It seems like there are so many advantages to driving an EV,
Yeah, there are.
but I'm sure some people are still hesitant.
Yeah.
What do you think is holding them back?
I think a lot of it comes down to misconceptions and lack of information.
Okay.
People hear things about range anxiety,
Hmm.
limited charging infrastructure, high prices,
Right.
and they get discouraged.
Yeah, I can see that. And that's where a resource like Wallingford GMC's EV Owner Center comes in,
Exactly. Yeah.
by providing accurate information,
Yeah,
addressing those concerns head on.
right.
They can help dispel those myths,
Mm-hmm.
empower people to make informed decisions.
Precisely.
Yeah,
They're not just selling cars.
right.
They're educating consumers,
Mm-hmm.
building a community around EVs.
Yeah.
They're showing people that EVs are not some futuristic fantasy.
Right.
They're a viable and increasingly popular option for everyday drivers.
So if someone listening is intrigued by what they've heard today,
Sure.
but still has some, lingering doubts, what would you say to them?
I would say do your research.
Okay.
Check out Wallingford GMC's EV Owner Center.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to EV owners.
Yeah.
Take a test drive.
Right.
You might be surprised by how much you enjoy the experience
Yeah.
and how well an EV can fit into your lifestyle.
It seems like the future of driving really is electric.
It really does.
And with companies like GMC leading the charge, it's going to be an exciting ride.
Absolutely. Buckle up and get ready for a whole new world of driving possibilities.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
Okay.
We hope you found this exploration of GMC's EV offerings informative and engaging.
Yeah.
Remember, the EV revolution is happening now.
It is.
And the only question is, are you ready to join the ride?